How do you feel about OBJ going back to the Giants? This is probably 1 year, right? Like he's probably retiring after this season,
Oh, for
right?
sure. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't even know if he's gonna make the team. Like, he hasn't played in 2 years, and when he was with the Dolphins, he was clearly washed. So unless he put in some work, like in the past year or so,
Mm-hmm.
this is just either like a last dance, like final tour type thing, or maybe he, put in that work. I don't know, but I don't have much hope.
Yeah.
What do you think about this move?
I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but I am happy for him that he gets to retire as a Giant
Yeah,
because of all the moments he
yeah, I could
had
see
and
that.
just him having to leave the Giants kind of sucked back then. They
This
kind of just threw
signing
him out.
led to an interesting debate that we had, and is OBJ overrated? And I think he is. And
Overrated in what sense, though?
as a player, I think he's overrated, and I think that the catch and his iconic celebrations is what has carried his legacy for the most part, and not his actual play on the field.
Would
What do
you?
you think about
S-
that?
I have a question.
Yes,
Do you think DeAndre Hopkins is a Hall of Famer?
DeAndre Hopkins is a Hall of Famer.
You think so?
I do.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Odell's not a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not.
Michael Thomas isn't a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not.
Okay. What makes Michael Thomas and Odell not Hall of Famers, in your opinion? Is it
They
because they
don't
just
have
didn't
the
play long?
longevity.
Okay.
They were on a path to the Hall of Fame, but injuries derailed both of them. And I think it would almost be disrespectful to put them in the same category as most Hall of Fame receivers. They're in the Hall of Good in my eyes. And the reason I brought up Michael Thomas earlier, so we were texting earlier about Odell and how I thought he was overrated. And I compared him and put him in the same category as Michael Thomas. Um, Thomas wasn't flashy, but I think they were in the same category. Like Thomas's 2019 season, he led the league in receptions. At the time, he led the league in yards, and he won Offensive Player of the Year, which Odell never did any of that. They both have 3 Pro Bowls, which, like, whatever. But Michael Thomas had 2 first team All Pros. OBJ had 2 second team All Pros. But usually, when people talk about OBJ and Michael Thomas, they usually talk about OBG in a much better light than they do of Michael Thomas, and I don't understand why that's the case. Because I
Really?
think both of them are in very similar tiers.
Yeah, I
But
wouldn't
people
go
talk
that
about
far because,
OBJ
like,
like he's a Hall of Famer.
yeah, I mean, Michael Thomas definitely had the best peak year compared to OBJ, but OBJ definitely had a longer career than Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas had the better peak, though, for sure. Because
Yeah,
definitely was a season where Michael Thomas like was known as the best wide receiver in the league. I can never really say Odell was ever the best wide receiver in the league. The closest
right.
he ever came was maybe third, or maybe even an argument for second. But in that year, I mean, Julio Jones was still just oh so dominant. I think the year that Odell went off, I think his best year was like 2016, and that was still around the time when the Falcons were insanely good with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. No, it was
Yeah, you had
2015.
Julio, you had Antonio Brown, Hopkins. You had a lot of guys. And to your
Yeah.
point, like I remember being in high school ranking Odell and my personal like top 5 wide receiver rankings. Like I remember him, he was that dude for a very short period of time, but he was that guy. However, the injuries started coming. The off the field drama started coming. He
Yeah.
became a big diva, and I think that also helped derail his career. And it was a little different, obviously, than Michael Thomas. Like you said, Michael Thomas's peak was better than Odell's peak, but Michael Thomas kind of fell off a cliff completely. Like
After that
injuries
year. Yeah.
derailed him so much to where he was like, I forgot Michael Thomas existed. He used to be the best wide receiver in the league like 3 years ago.
After
Like
being the
that's how we
best
talked
wide
about him.
receiver in the league, he dipped instantly. Never had a season over 1,000 yards ever again after his season of having over 1,700.
Yeah, exactly. And then like with Odell, he had consecutive, top 5 seasons, or at least for sure top 10. But
At least top
then
five. Yeah.
injuries happened. He started digressing. Injuries were piling up. He couldn't stay on the field. He had drama off the field. All these things came against him until he eventually just became a role receiver. I will say he did have a really nice arc with the Rams, especially in the Super Bowl.
That was fun. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was nice. Obviously, he wasn't the Odell of, doing the crazy
He was
one-handed
the vet
catch,
and
but
he was the vet in that
he,
room for the
he
wide
was a
receiver
nice
room.
receiver.
Yeah.
He was a nice receiver with them. Um, and so yeah, I mean, if I had to like pick one, I would probably pick Odell in general, just
The
off of
only
career.
reason I go
But I think they're
Odell.
still in the same tier.
Okay, that's fair. The only reason I go Odell is because those 3 years, yeah, that was his best peak. Was his first 3 years, and then he got hurt in his fourth year, but he still came back and had two back-to-back years of having slightly over 1,000 receiving yards. And even in 2018, he'd even play the full season. He only had 12 games of 1,000 yards. Um, and then after that, he played a full season in Cleveland and was still able to eclipse 1,000 yards, even with the hectic year that was. Um, Again, big what if, but to me, if he would have had the full season in New York in 2018, he probably would have had another season of at least 1,300 yards. And that was after getting injured. But that's
Here's
if
my
he played
take.
16 games. My main thing is I looked up the stats. I will tell you, Zach, I looked up the stats of 2014 to 2019 because I was interested. I went based off of just like basic receiving yards. And if you look at the stretch from 2014 to 2019, Odell, even with his 1 year of not playing a lot of games and being hurt, he still finished sixth through that whole stretch for receiving yards.
Yeah, I mean, which year are you talking about?
From 2014 to 2019.
Oh, like combined in that
Yeah,
stretch.
exactly. From 24,
Gotcha.
so that was his peak was 2014 to 2019. 2019 was his first year in Cleveland, and then that's where everything went downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good stretch. But my point is, I don't think we're doing this segment today if it wasn't for the catch. That's my take. If that
Really,
catch never happened, we would not be talking about him right now.
really.
Yep.
I mean, the catch was cool.
I think that catch was the best thing to ever happen to him. And I think he's one of the most iconic players ever, but one of the more overrated because of the catch.
I think I enjoy
He's a
Odell
good wide
because he was
receiver.
perfect for New York. He screamed New York. I think that's what got me. Like he is
Hmm.
a New York Giant. He's the definition of New York. Dude likes the bright
Yeah.
lights.
I mean,
And you,
him and Jarvis Landry, man, they were fun when they were at
yeah,
LSU. Like, they had a nice rivalry going too, like in the league and everything.
I just thought it was fun because like I feel like you don't really see that as much in the NFL, where it's like Garrett Wilson, plays for the Jets, which yeah, you play for the Jets, but he doesn't take ownership of it or anything. Where he's like, I'm in New York, like I want to be flashy, and like Garrett Wilson has his moments, but it doesn't come near to like Odell, where like Odell like owned that. Like he knew he played in New York. He owned everything. That's why his character was so flashy. Like the catches, the celebrations, like everything was done calculated. He did it on
But he wanted
purpose.
out of New York.
By the end of it, yeah. I
Yeah.
will say it wasn't perfect. There was definitely drama.
Yeah,
I
he
have not
certainly was a
forgotten.
diva.
He did have drama in New York and definitely had drama in Cleveland for sure. I definitely do remember.
Dude, that man was crazy.
Cleveland was Cleveland was rough.
Cleveland was
I
rough.
remember. It was
Even
bad.
Miami, bro. He
Hop on
like,
our bandwagon boat,
yeah, bro, the
Ye-
boat.
with the Tims. Oh my gosh.
I
It was
think the
beautiful.
only stop where he didn't like, well, I take that back. He was fine with the Rams too,
After Cleveland, he low keyed. He low keyed more.
a little bit.
Either he figured out it wasn't a good idea anymore, or maybe he got a little bit more humble. I don't know.
I wonder if the flag football tournament helped him in any way get a tryout with the Giants because he was kind of cooking in that.
Which, to be fair, by the time he was on the Rams, he was 29 years old. I mean, the dude was almost 30. And there are some people in the world where once they hit 30, dude, they do change characters because they're finally like, I don't know why I'm acting this way. It's time for me to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, which he's probably still kind of, him, but maybe just like a
Yeah,
little less publicly in a
yeah.
way.
I don't think he probably still has like moments of being about himself, but like even
Probably
like the
still on
posts
some boats.
but like even like the post I sent to you about like him with his son, like he has other investments in his life, like his kids, and that helps.
Yeah.
Like when you realize, probably shouldn't just be caring about yourself anymore. Like you got a living human being, a child that you have to take care of and actually like care about them more than yourself. So
Yeah.
kids
Yeah,
change
for
people.
sure. Let's see if Jackson Dart can turn back time and throw him another one of
Oh
those
no.
nice lobs to get a one-handed catch.
Dude, Jackson Dart would do that first play. Dude, you know what? They would definitely do that. Jackson Dart would definitely go to Odell and be like, "Hey, first play, I'm throwing you an absolute bomb."
Nah, you know who would do that though? Jameis Winston.
Thankfully, Jameis is not the starter.
Ah, he will be. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's gonna throw a bomb and get an interception.
Jackson Dart uses his head too much. He's gonna get concussed.
I mean, I was trying to
That dude
figure out
don't
a
know how to
joke.
slide.
I was trying to figure out another joke. I was trying to make a recent joke, but
So
I don't know. I was trying to like pair it. I was gonna be like, he doesn't just use his head in football, and I was gonna kind of compare.
bro.
I don't know. Not like
don't know
that.
where
Not
you're
like
going.
no. Not like not like that. Chat. Not like that.
It's midnight chat.
Yeah. Not like that. I was just. Never mind.
Never mind. That's a
Let's
podcast.
just say he likes orange people. That's all I'm gonna leave it on. What?
Shout out Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter, if you hate Jackson Dart, please leave a like and a comment and send us the jersey. Thank you.
Nah, he said they're homies. It's okay. Seriously
Right.
though, how do the Jets always find themselves in these situations?
Abdul Carter and Trump are homies.
It never stops. It never stops, dude. Odell, he set the foundation. And now when he watches two teammates, Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter, talk about their political beliefs, he's like, heck yeah, let's go. I started it. They're going to finish it.
Dude, for real. Can't believe Odell's back.
And now you have Odell in that same locker room. Beautiful. This is cherry on top.
What a crazy timeline. Odell and Cam Scatterbo are teammates.
Do you think Cam Scatterbo is going to inspire Odell?
I think Odell will inspire Cam to do something with his hair or something. He's going to be blonde.
I'm surprised no one's came out with a video. Well, it's still really early, but just saying, guys, perfect video idea for like TikTok or shorts. Is when you're the GM and you're like, Odell, you know, like you introduce him to Cam Scatterbo, and someone just acts like the Tasmanian devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yep.
That's crazy.
They pull inside. Odell, this is Cam Scatterbo, and he's just like, I like cookie. I don't
I
know.
like
Something stupid. This is
think
Cam
you're slapping.
Scatterbo, and it's just like a video of someone smacking their head against the wall constantly.
It's of Stephen Hawking.
Steve, yo, no. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Man.
I love you, Cam. Wish
Cam
Arizona
liked
would
the
have
video.
drafted you, but you know, it's fine. They decided to draft Jeremiah Love the next year. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out Jeremiah Love is not going to have CTE. I guess that's why they didn't draft Cam. They were worried that man was going to get CTE by the time they would have been done with the season.
Jeremiah Love, we know that contract. You could send us a jersey and fly Josh out to a game to watch Myles Garrett beat up on Jacoby Brissett or Carson Beck.
I want to touch cactus.
Oh.
Me want pokey cactus.
Me want a pookie cactus.
Do you think that's what Cam says when he goes to Arizona? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to stop. Cam is actually not that dumb. I'm sorry. He has enough brain cells. Trust.
Maybe.
Probably not at the end of his career. I know who doesn't though.
Who?
Tua.
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry.
You dare.
I'm sorry.
You dare talk about my sweet prince like
There's
that.
a reason he wears braids now.
He's handsome, okay?
They protect his forehead.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It had to be done.